initially recently said, look, I'm trying to enforce the laws with ICE agents, with federal law enforcement, and I can't do it, so I need to call the National Guard. But the statute says the president has to be unable to enforce the law with regular forces. What does regular forces mean? We don't know. The Supreme Court has never decided that question before yesterday. The Supreme Court now says regular forces means you have to try with the regular armed forces first before you can bring out the National Guard. So the unintended consequence here might be that the president is going to have to call the 82nd Airborne or the Marines or the 101st Airborne Division, as, for example, President Eisenhower did after Brown versus Board of Education in the South to enforce desegregation. President Trump might have to do that first in order to protect those federal buildings, those ICE agents. And then if they fail, he can then call out the National Guard.
I seen a man at the liquor store begging for your change. The hair on his face is dirty, dreadlocked and full of mange. He asked a man for what he could spare with shame in his eye. Get a job, you fucking slob, is all he replies. God forbid you ever had to walk a mile in his shoes, 'cause then you really might know what it's like to sing the blues. Then you really might know what it's like. And then you really might know what it's like. And then you really might know what it's like. And then you really might know what it's like. Got pregnant from a kid named Tom that said he was in love. He said, don't worry about a thing, baby doll, I'm the man you've been dreaming of. But 3 months later he said he won't date her or return her call. And she swear, goddamn, if I find that man, I'm cutting off his balls. And then she heads for the clinic and she gets some static walking through the door. They call her a killer, they call her a sinner, and they call her a whore. God forbid you ever had to walk a mile in her shoes, 'cause then you really might know what it's like to have to choose. Then you really might know what it's like. Know what it's like. Then you really might know what it's like. Know what it's like. Then you really might know what it's like. I've seen a rich man beg, I've seen a good man sin, I've seen a tough man cry, I've seen a loser win and a sad man grin, I heard an honest man lie. I've seen the good side of bad and the downside of up and everything between. I licked the silver spoon, drank from the golden cup and smoked the finest green. I stroked the fattest dimes at least a couple of times before I broke their heart. Yeah, you know where it ends, yo, it usually depends on where you start. This kid named Max, who used to get fat stacks out on the corner with drugs. He liked to hang out late, he liked to get shit-faced or keep the pace with thugs. Until late one night there was a big old fight and Max lost his head. He pulled out his chrome 45, talks some shit and wound up dead. Now his wife and his kids are caught in the midst of all of this pain. You know it comes that way, at least that's what they say when you play the game. God forbid you ever had to wake up to hear the news, 'cause then you really might know what it's like to have to lose. Then you really might know what it's like. What it's like. Then you really might know what it's like. What it's like. Then you really might know what it's like to have to lose. Yeah.
Meanwhile, President Trump is directing the Justice Department to investigate Act Blue. This is a Democratic donation platform, and the focus is the allegations about illegal straw donors and foreign contributions. Mark Meredith is live in Washington with more. This has been brewing for a while, Mark. What do we need to know?
Dana, for years, you're right about this, but this is a big development. The White House is directing the Attorney General to investigate the Democratic Party's top fundraising platform. It's called Act Blue, and the president says he wants to know if foreign money is being donated to the group and then utilized to sway elections. Democrats are calling this probe a dangerous abuse of power. Act Blue is an enormous operation in Democratic politics. It's raised more than $16 billion since 2004. You may have seen the text pop up from candidates saying, please donate, go to the Act Blue website. Republicans use something similar called Win Red. There was a new memo signed on Thursday directing the Attorney General to investigate if foreign nationals are using the Act Blue platform to bypass campaign finance laws. Trump wants a report out in 6 months.